ago, these four minors were sexually abused by their mom's partner. All of them deserve access to justice. However, Estefania and Alejandra are at risk of being perceived less favorably, and jurors might also perceive their perpetrator as innocent. 7-year-old Stephanie and Estefania reported the exact same events, as well as 14-year-old Alexandra and Alejandra. However, how credible or suggestible they are perceived to be will potentially be influenced by the presence or absence of an interpreter. For instance, imagine the 3MT participants would have used an interpreter during our presentations, and judges had to evaluate our performance without understanding a single word we said. They must rely entirely on the interpreters to translate our words, and their perceptions of us as 3MT speakers would almost certainly be influenced by this. It is predicted that by 2036, almost 50% of the minors in Canada will be foreign-born or born to foreign-born parents, thereby increasing the likelihood of interpreter-mediated interviews in legal settings. Yet, virtually nothing is known about how potential jurors perceive interpreter-mediated testimony and how much such testimony affect their verdicts. Given the lack of other types of evidence in sexual abuse cases, we must typically rely on the witness's testimony to solve and prosecute such crimes. Therefore, in my study, we're systematically and experimentally testing mock jurors' perceptions of interpreter-mediated interviews. Specifically, participants are listening to 2 different interviews, either from Stephanie and Alexandra testifying in English, or Estefania and Alejandra testifying in Spanish via a language interpreter about the exact same events using the exact same words. Hence, we're addressing the following 2 questions. First, how do mock jurors perceive youth testifying via a language interpreter? And second, what factors affect such perceptions and their verdicts? We're analyzing their results using both manipulated conditions, the child's age and the interpreter's presence, and the verdicts and perceptions such as child's credibility or suggestibility as the outcome variables. All testimony should be considered and assessed impartially, regardless of the witness's language proficiency. This study is yielding valuable insights into the under-researched interpreter-mediated interviews in our increasingly global society, and it will also help us determine the best way for non-native language children and teens to have their voices heard in legal contexts. Thank you.